So I'm sure you've noticed by now, stand-up isn't one of my better things, but I'm going to pretend. I'm going to introduce Emily LaMunyon, John Kennamer. We all work in the County Surveyor's office. We're the GIS section for the County Surveyor. Among a number of things that we do in the office, the County Surveyor is responsible for all of the public land survey system information within the county. We also, since 1985, record, archive, and have the ability to retrieve all recorded surveys. So that's one of the tasks that we perform. Emily's going to talk a little bit about our website and the things we do to publish that information out to the public. And then John is going to talk about some things that we're doing now regarding coordinates, do a lot of contour generation. One thing I wanted to mention is we are in the process of partnering with the state and a number of municipalities for a 2012 high-resolution aerial photo contract. We have I should say, I have the great pleasure of working with this information. It's a lot of fun, and it's amazing to look at what we're able to do now, even just compared to 10 or 15 years ago, because of cost, because of partnerships. A lot of what Reed talked about, he's been real adamant about, and I guess I'm committed. I'm a full-blown junkie at this point. Without these partnerships, there's just no way we could pull off a lot of what we've been able to do, and I'm sure you've seen this information at AGRC or within your municipalities, something that we want to foster and continue doing. With that said, Emily, all yours.
Hi everyone, I work with Mark and John in the Surveyor's office, and I'm responsible for the website, and it's only been 2 years that I've been really coding, so I've learned a lot since then. We really have taken our website in a new direction, more GIS related, more web mapping. We want to get as much out there to the public as possible. Can you hear me? Is that good? Okay, so I will start. Background, as most of you know and you're aware, we need the ability to get our information out to the public, and the website's the best way to do that. Two of our most accessed information sets are surveys and control point data, and the current interface for finding these is our survey monument search web map. Currently, we're using Map Guide, which is an Autodesk product, and we're looking at moving away from that. I'll quickly show you what it is like. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Map Guide. It's using Cold Fusion as a back end, giving people the ability to look for the data they want. Pretty straightforward. It's getting cut off a little. I'll zoom you to your point. As I said, we're looking at moving away from this because we're going to join Salt Lake County GIS in the ArcGIS server environment. One of the big challenges for me is getting our data to be spatial. It's entered into a SQL database by our staff, and I need to put this on a web map. It needs to be spatial, have a GIS component. So a couple things I've done is our control point data has XY values. So I've been able to build a model that pulls the data from the table and makes an XY event layer, and then puts that into SDE that I can then put on the web maps. Our survey data does not have XY coordinates, so I've taken a shapefile and joined that to the table and then made it layer in ArcMap. Here's a screenshot of the control point model. It just takes the input of the table, the input of the SDE feature class that's already built. I remove the tables, the features every night, and then it goes through and makes a new XY event layer updated from the SQL database. So as I mentioned, the future of our web application, where are we going? We don't want to be an island anymore. We want to join the other departments with ArcGIS server. So I am looking at moving it to that environment. And the question that comes up that I'm sure a lot of you have is which environment to go with. And after Scott came and talked to us, I'm also leaning toward JavaScript. Some thoughts when I was trying to decide is, functionality on all devices. Flex isn't great for that. Create an iPad app. Do we want to have our users have to download or install something just to get our web data? The learning curve of JavaScript is much more. I think the Flex Viewer is personally easier. Visual appeal, speed and functionality, the printing capabilities. As far as I know, JavaScript is not a star in that. I mean, there's a lot to be desired. So as I mentioned, I'm leaning toward JavaScript, and the reason is the popularity of iPads. I think having one map that will work on all devices is key. You don't have to have a separate web application for each viewer, you just go for it. I still may keep a Flex Viewer map on our website just to keep up on the changes, updates, you know, keep fresh on the coding and go with that. So I will show you what I have so far. This is our Flex application. So pretty straightforward. Search for a city. Zooms you to that. I'm sure some of you have messed with it, so you're familiar. It's the ability to turn on and off layers. And then I will show you the JavaScript application I've been working on. Not as flashy, a little more simple, but I believe that can be worked upon. So far, I have the search working. Where you can, of course, it's cutting off. Zoom to your location. I also have it set up where the surveys are being found. And then you can open your survey from here. Survey, the document you are looking for. That's a work in progress. I have a lot of work to do on that one. As many of you know, there's increasing need for mobile access to data. So we have been looking at a mobile web environment. You know, people in the field, they need to know a coordinate. They need to know if there's a survey on a property. So I built a little small mobile application using Cold Fusion. And this isn't a mobile device, but it'll give you an idea of what the user sees. You know, put in their address. Pops up a table, fits on the screen, you know, give you a little Google map of where you are. And go back to the table. Okay. Shows you pictures. These are important for surveyors to know what the monument looks like. So I will go to the last slide. If you guys have any questions or you ever want to contact me, you'll know where to find me. Share ideas. I'm always open to new ideas and idea sharing. Thanks.
Hello, my name is John Kennamer, and I work with the Salt Lake County Surveyor's Office as well, and I'm going to go over creating contours with LiDAR in Global Mapper, and hopefully if I have time to display them in ArcMap. So give me a second and I'll open myself up here. I think I have to do it again. Sorry about that. This is pretty straightforward and really simple. I'm going to miss a couple things in it just because of time, but it's a pretty good program to use and really easy as well. Okay, so I'm going to start out here and I'm going to open up Global Mapper. Expand your screen. All right, and it's coming in a little bit weird with the remote desktop, but this right here is kind of like an add data file, or it's where you add your data, and it automatically pops up when you open it. So I'm going to open that. Wow, this is a... Sorry guys. Maybe if that's smaller. Usually there's files in here, but my screen's a little cut off. There we go. Here's my LiDAR files, and I'm going to add those two. And I'm going to open it up here. So when you bring these files in, they don't really know where they are. They don't have a projection. These particular ones are in a UTM projection, and they're in 12 north, So you get a set global mapper, so it will put them in the right place. Planar units and elevation units are going to be in meters. This is also the free LiDAR you can download from the state. All right, and that's the LiDAR when it comes in. It comes in pretty quick. I don't want it in UTM because we don't typically do work in UTM. It's a little inconvenient. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a state plane coordinate system, and this is a really good program for changing coordinate systems. So if I go here, I can take my elevation and take it to meters to feet, and right there to projection. And this is just the configuration in the tools menu as well. And I can change my coordinate system in here. I want to start here, and I'm going to put state plane coordinate system, Utah Central, NAT 83, and I'm going to make it US survey feet. And hit OK. There you go. Okay, so now we're in a different coordinate system. It displays it at the bottom here, so you can see. And when you go there, it also displays the vertical units. That's it, I'm done. Sorry, guys. It's a little tricky on the screen. Thanks anyway.